Hi, my name is Laura Boyko. I am a broker here at Skyline Realty Group, and today we are going to talk about why certain properties are able to be purchased only under certain types of purchasing options. And the purchasing options that I'm talking about is that a lot of times on the MLS, an agent will put in the notes that the property can only be purchased with cash, or that the property will not qualify for an FH loan, or that the property will qualify for an FH loan, or if a VA loan can be used. And while I do not handle mortgage loans, I can help explain a little bit about why those notes are in there and why they're very important. Those notes are in there and they're important because just like we don't want our time wasted with looky-loos during open houses, even though that happens every single open house, oh my goodness. We don't want to waste your time. We don't want to waste your time because, it's kind of like meeting that amazing person that you have a ton of chemistry with and that you feel like you've got a connection with them, but then you find out that they live in another state, they live in another city, or they live more than 20 minutes away from you, and you're going to have to take the 405 freeway in order to spend time with them. So, we just don't want to waste your time by falling in love with a house that you're just going to be like, oh, you're great, but no, it's just not going to work. So one of the biggest things that determine how a property can be purchased is the insurability factor of it. So if you have a property that is really run down, maybe it has some fire damage, maybe it has some water damage, maybe it has both kinds of damage, maybe it has some other kinds of, recreational activities that have taken place in the house that have caused, an odor that has gone into the fabric of the wood or the carpet. Those homes are going to be really hard to insure, and when you're getting either an VA or an FHA or even a conventional loan, there are certain features about the house that must be present in order for those opportunities to be financed that way. So that's why you do see properties that are for sale, but they're cash only. And it's just because there's going to be an insurability problem with a more traditional lender. And so only somebody who has internet influencer or tech money, or even investor money is going to be able to purchase those, because they're going to, spend $500,000 in cash, or they're going to spend $800,000 in cash in order to obtain the property. So it really boils down to the insurability. There's another factor that does happen with real estate, in which will determine the method in which the property can be obtained, and that is when there's certain kinds of secondary loans that are on the property already. A great example of this is that they're in the Riverside, Corona, Temecula, Menifee, Lake Elsinore areas. There is a very popular way to finance the addition of solar panels on the home, and that's through something called a hero loan. Now, the hero loans are great because, they will pay themselves off over time because you're saving money on your utilities. But if life happens, which life happens, and it happens to all of us, and you need to sell the property, and if it's not going to be an equity sale, which means you're going to make money on the purchase, but it turns into a short sale where you're walking away with nothing, then that hero loan is not going to go away. And the reason why is because if the first lien holder is not getting their whole pie, and they're having to, take only maybe half or less than half of what they really want for the property, they're not going to let that hero loan get paid off, because why should they get paid off when they're not getting paid off? I mean, that's pretty reasonable if you think about it. It goes the same in real life. If you owe money to your brother, and you owe money to your best friend, and both parties know about each other, and they both know that you owe both of them money. Your brother, who is your blood, is not going to be really happy finding out that your best friend got all of their money when he didn't get all of his money. It's pretty simple, actually. It's pretty reasonable. So, I don't, it's not a bad thing. It's just, it's a frustrating thing that you have to really understand how the process works, in order to just keep your sanity when you're trying to buy a property through a short sale that has a hero loan on it. Those are the kinds of things, junior lien holders or insurability of a property, that will affect how the property can be acquired. If you have more questions about how this works, please send me a direct message. Please follow me on my other social media accounts, and I can explain it in much better detail, maybe, or much greater detail. But yeah, that's why you're going to see some properties can only be purchased with cash versus other properties that can be purchased with either an FHA loan or a V loan. Have a great day.